Hi everyone, welcome to my latest video review. This is on the Digimon D-3 Digivice. And this might come as something new to you because you guys probably didn't know that I like Digimon and whatnot. I liked it for a very long time and there was like a break point. Not that I stopped loving it, I just didn't watch it for a while. And then recently my friend, like 2-3 months ago, she came to me, she's like, oh hey, guess what, I got Digimon Season 1 and 2 with me. And I ended up watching it. So yeah, I really got into Digimon, and one character that really stood out for me was Gatomon, and Gatomon because I always grew up with a lot of cats and cats around me, so I always was a huge cat lover, and Gatomon being a cat, that was a huge plus. Um, Initially, I wanted Kari's Digivice from season 1, I believe it was, and the problem is it's like more than $300, and that's way too much money for a simple little toy. And instead, I settled for this one right here, which was just $60. It's not the same. It would have been better if I had the first one, but money wise, this is much more reasonable. So this is a D3 terminal D3 Digivice, sorry, I don't know why I said terminal, from the season 2. And this is actually the second version. The second versions were the DNA Digivolving versions, I believe. And the one I have is, I really apologize if I say the name wrong, it's Sylphimon or Shelphimon, the DNA Digivolved form of Hawkmon and Gatomon, or Tailmon if you're referring to the Japanese. And I watched the dub, by the way, so if I use a lot of the dub phrases or dub terms, please don't think that I have anything against the Japanese, it's just that I only know the dub terms, that's all. It's not that I'm pro-dub or anything. So yeah, this is actually blue and white. It's not any of the colored themes that any of the Digidestins in Season 2 had. So yeah, let me just show you the decoration of the box. So on the top over here, you see a picture of Shelphimon and version 2 and D3 and version 2 because the DNA Digivolving forms came like mid of Season 2. So like this is like a second version. The first versions you could only do the primary stuff, like probably just Digivolving or Armor Digivolve, I'm not really sure. Again, this is the Japanese version, that's why you would see a lot of Japanese writing if you guys haven't figured it out already. And as for the bottom here, you see like the Bandai logo and more like stuff. And again, you see other things here like Hawkmon and Pegasusmon and other stuff here. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you what it's saying because it's all Japanese. That's one of the only like downsides because it's Japanese. Unless you know the language, it's gonna be a bit difficult for you guys to actually comprehend what it's saying. So let's open her up. I actually opened this up a week ago because I got it a while back. So I just was too lazy to do the review on it. Well, another thing I want to point out is that it comes with an instructions booklet right here. Basically tells you how everything works and all that stuff. So again, it's all Japanese. So yeah, you open it opens up this way, and you can just pull it out. And this plastic cover right here comes off. And you have your Digivice free right there. So, right now, the Digivice, it's on standby mode, but when you first get it, it has one of those battery stopping those stickers that you have to pull out. So, I already pulled it up because, like I said, I had it earlier on. So, it's on standby mode. Like, if you don't use the Digivice for a very long time, your Digimon goes to sleep, and it goes on the standby mode. How you wake it up is you have to press this red power button and right inside. And then what you have there is your Digimon sleeping. So, of course, as you guessed, I have Gatomon right here. Let me try and position so you can see it properly. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry. So, to wake it up, you just press any button you want. And here, you woke up the Digimon. That's Gatomon right there. And as any Digivice, if you guys own any, you just shake it for the Digimon to walk and go walk like so. And I'll show you the buttons again. I don't know this Digivice inside and out yet because I still have yet to learn. Again, everything is in Japanese, so it's kind of a difficult task for me. It's not that difficult, but certain points of it is. So this button right here, because this is the Japanese versions, you couldn't have all the Digimon. You only restricted to 2 Digimon. Like, it would always be Vmon and Wormmon partnered in one Digivice, Patamon and Armadillomon in one, and Gatomon and Hawkmon in one. I got the Gatomon and Hawkmon one because for Gatomon, obviously, I could really care less about Hawkmon. It would have been nice if it was Gatomon and Patamon, because Patamon is really awesome. But how you change your Digimon is you press this top button. You have these arrows, and you can just switch through. Either go to Hawkmon, this is what he looks like, or Gatomon. And if you want to keep your current Digimon, you just press cancel. So let's get the button straight here. This is basically an enter button, cancel, and these arrows are basically the menu keys. And you have 2 menus. The first menu is the left key. When you press this, you basically tells you the time. And what I like about it is it's just like the TV show. If you looked for the time, that's how the time would usually appear on the Digivice. And if you want to cancel, you cancel it. And when you press that, you have the menu. You have different menus to choose from. First is the Digi-Egg menu. It tells you what Digi-Eggs you have. To access it, you press that. Show you how many Digi-Eggs, or sorry, Digi-Medals in the Japanese. Basically, you have these little dashes here. Basically, your goal is to try and get all the dashes together. So once you do that, sorry, it disappears when you don't use that feature for a while. Oops, sorry. So once you get all 3, a Digi-Egg is revealed. If you don't have any, this is what it looks like. It just has a question mark. You have yet to gather them. So this is the Digi-Egg or Digi-Medal of Hope. Basically, you gather everything, you get an egg. And you can only hold 3 eggs at a time. So meaning if you have 3 of them and you gain a power-up, that means that it would be useless and you're basically losing out because it costs you Digivolving points. And how you gain Digivolving points, then you have to make your Digimon, you have to shake it and walk with your Digimon to gain them. So let me just go back again and let me show you what I mean by Digivolving points. So this is training. So you can train again. It requires Digivolving points. So when you press the enter button, let me try and show you. That's DP is Digivolving points. Right now I don't have many because I just used it. So how you use that feature is again you have to walk a lot and fight in order to use that feature. And there's 2 features from what I gather. The first one is easy, easy training. The second one is a harder training, and I only gather that from my personal experience because the second one is really hard to deal with. Then you have the basically the Digivolving application. Basically, by using that, you can either gain little power-ups for your Digi-Eggs, and that's how you get whatever Digi-Egg that you need. So again, you need 4 or more Digivolving points in order to use that feature. And sometimes it's a plus because if you already have all of the Digi-Egg of Hope, you can have 3 of them maximum. So if you already have 3 of them and it gives you another Digi-Egg of Hope, it kind of is useless. So your goal is to try and get as more as possible. So the next one, this is for connecting a Digivice up here, or connecting a D terminal, or whatever you call it over here. And you just follow the application. The next one is save. Basically, I guess you can save, but I'm not really, it looks like a disk, so I'm guessing it's like saving something. And I really had to use it before. And the one right after is a first aid box. Whenever your Digimon like loses in battle or is injured, you can always use that to power him or her up. That's basically it for the menu. And then on the back here, this is where they keep the batteries. They use the L4RR, or whatever it's called, those tiny batteries. And you have a little button here to reset everything and restart your game. Over here is where you would connect your D terminal. That's what I'm guessing. Maybe I could be wrong. You guys can feel free to correct me at any point. So that's basically it for the D3 Digivice. And honestly, I really like the Japanese version because it's a huge challenge to like get it, because it's quite difficult to get to complete it. Like I'm already like only on the first level, and it's quite challenging. But the English one, I used to own one, but a friend took it from me and never gave it back. That one I was able to beat no problem. And in this one, you can only have Hawkmon and again Gatomon. So if you want like Wormmon or anyone else, you'll have to get the right Digivice for them. So that's basically it. And as for price points, they really range from different price points. They usually are around the 50-70 range, but if you're getting it brand new, like they would usually be 100 plus. I didn't actually get this brand new. It seems quite used because there's some yellowing to it, but other than that, like actually it doesn't bother me. Like it's really awesome. But yeah, I highly recommend the Japanese version. Because of the whole challenge, and it looks like the one from the TV show too. You have the bigger screen, and there's more detailing to the Digimon. That's basically it for my review here, and if you guys have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to ask me. And on a side note, I actually wore my communicator to work, because I was bored, and I thought, why not do something new? So I wore one of my communicators to work. Actually, 3 days in a row, I wore like 3 of my communicators to work, and the reactions I got were pretty cool. Like I had customers look at my hand and be like, "Oh, awesome! That's a really nice watch." Had associates grab my hand and be like, "Holy crap! Is that a watch? Can I see?" And then we had other people like saying, "Oh, can I open it? Can I see?" So you have to open it to look at the time. And the various reactions I've got, it's very interesting, but not one of them ever recognized it as a communicator. Because I live in Canada, and also there's not much Power Ranger fans in Canada. If there is, they're probably spread out between the provinces. But all the reactions I got were so like positive, and people were shocked like at how different it looked from like a regular watch. So that's basically it for my 2 cents there I want to add. And thanks for watching, and have a great day.